morning everybody. My name is Vinu Venkatesh and welcome to another class of mine on the English language with Sai Education. We're going to talk about the rules for verbs. We talked about verbs and the types of verbs last time. So we're going to continue on the same topic. So shall we start? So let's start with the rules for verbs. Okay, what is the first rule? The first rule is very simple. It says that the subject and the verb must agree in number. For example, if the subject is singular, then the verb must be singular. If the subject is plural, then the verb must be plural. A singular verb for a singular subject usually ends in s or es. For example, play becomes plays, eat becomes eats, right? Plural subjects always carry a plural verb. For plural verbs, there is no s or es added to them. For example, they play tennis, whereas he plays tennis. He eats an apple, they eat apple. There is no s or es added to a plural verb. Let's take a look at some of the examples. Nandini cook biryani for her guests. Now Nandini is a singular noun, correct? So what should the verb be as per this rule? The verb should be singular. But cook is a verb which is in the plural form because there is no s attached to it in the end. So we have to change it by adding an s and saying Nandini cooks biryani for her guests. Always remember, even though we say that in the plural form verbs do not carry an s or an es at the end, the tendency is that whenever you see verbs carrying an s at the end, you think it is plural, but that's not plural. That is actually singular. You just have to memorize this rule as it is. Next example, lawyers were summoned to end their strike against low wages. Okay, lawyers is a plural noun and summoned is already in the plural form. So this is correct. I beg your pardon. Were is in the plural form. So it is already correct. If it was singular, for example, a lawyer was summoned to end his strike against low wages. So in that case, it would be a singular verb because the subject is a lawyer, which is singular. So it would be a lawyer was summoned to end his strike against low wages. All right. So just keep in mind, whenever there is a singular subject, it has to be followed by a singular verb, and in case of a plural subject, it has to be followed by a plural verb. Now let's take a look at the next example. It talks about the panel formed under these circumstances promulgate not to cut employees' salaries. All right. So what did we discuss about panel? Panel is a collective noun, which is a collective noun based on thoughts, ideas, and opinions. Whenever there is a disagreement in the panel, the verb to be used is plural. But whenever there is no disagreement, we have to use a singular verb. Here, there is no sign of disagreement. So we assume that the panel are unanimous in their decision. Unanimous means they have the same opinion or they take the same decision. So what should the verb be? The verb should be singular, correct? So the panel formed under these circumstances promulgates not to cut employee salaries. Promulgates means promotes, encourages, and so on. All right. See, promulgates exact meaning is promote or make widely known an idea or a cause, okay, or put a law or a decree into effect by official proclamation. Got it? So that's the meaning of promulgate as we discussed. Now let's move on to the second rule, which says that if two different subjects are included in the sentence by the conjunction and. Conjunction means what? Conjunction means joining word. And is a joining word. For example, Mary and Tom climbed the hill. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Remember the nursery rhyme? So the word and is a conjunction. Means it joins two nouns or even two sentences. Okay? And then the verb is always plural. So if two different subjects are included in a sentence, that is if a sentence has two different subjects which are joined by the conjunction and, then the verb that we have to use is always plural. Let's take a look. Some medical students and the principal. Here the subjects are two and they are different. Medical students and the principal has decided to go on an excursion. So as per this rule, the verb has to be in plural form, right? So has to become have. So some medical students and the principal have decided to go on an excursion. Okay, next example. My brother and he seems to be ready for the upcoming exams. So my brother and he, there are two different subjects joined by the word conjunction and. Let's use a correct terminology, and. So what should the verb be? The verb should always be in the plural, right? That means without an S at the end. So my brother and he seem to be ready for the upcoming exam. All right. Next, it is true that Manrega and KCC now proves to be successful. What is proves to be successful schemes? What is Manrega? It's a government scheme like KCC. Okay, right? So there are two different subjects, Manrega and KCC, joined by the conjunction and. So what should the verb be? Plural. Proves is a singular form. What is a plural form? It would be prove. It is true then, it is true that Manrega and KCC now prove to be successful schemes. Okay. Now look at the third rule. The third rule says that if two same subjects are included in a sentence by the conjunction and, then the verb is always singular. Remember, when there are two different subjects joined by the conjunction and, the verb is always plural. But if the subjects are same and are joined by the conjunction and, the verb is always singular. Let's take a look. According to a survey, the law and order of the city have declined drastically. Okay. Now, law and order are actually the same subject because, see, why do we have law in any country? Because we want to bring about some kind of discipline, some rules, some order in the country. Without laws, there are going to be a lot of thefts, a lot of murders. It's going to be total chaos, disorder and anarchy, right? So law and order is generally the same subject. So as per this rule, when two subjects, that is law and order, are joined by the conjunction and, the verb has to be plural. I beg your pardon, the verb has to be singular. So we have to correct this by saying have is a plural verb. So it has to be converted into the singular form, which is has. So according to a survey, the law and order of the city has declined drastically. How do you know whether the subject is same or different? You have to understand the meaning of the sentence. You have to look at some past exam papers just to get an idea as to what they mean by same subjects and different subjects. That you have to develop. We'll see that. We'll discuss that in our practice questions. Next example. It is clear that smoking and liquor causes much harm to lungs and intestines. Now, what are the subjects here? Smoking and liquor. Are they same? No. Smoking is smoking, drinking is drinking. It's different. So, and they are joined by the conjunction. So, does this rule apply? No. But the rule number B applies, right? Where we talked about two different subjects joined by and the verb should always be plural. So, causes is a singular verb. It has to be converted in the plural form to say cause. So, it is clear that smoking and liquor cause much harm to lungs and intestines. So, let's take a look at the third example. Okay, police say that the politician and criminal has been arrested. Now, what is police? Police is a collective noun, right? What did we say about police as a collective noun? That it should always be followed by a plural verb. What is a verb after police? Say. Is it plural? Yes. Why? There is no S or ES at the end. So this part of the sentence is correct. Police say. What do they say? They say, police say that the politician and criminal, two subjects, two different subjects, yes, joined by the conjunction and, yes, has been arrested. Now, this is a bit of a new rule. What does it say? It says that if the is followed by noun 1 and noun 2, then we treat noun 1 and noun 2 as one subject. Therefore, the verb has to be singular. But if the structure is the plus the first noun and the plus the second noun, then we have to treat both the subjects as two subjects and therefore the verb should be plural. In this case, we have the plus politician, which is first noun, and the second noun, which is criminal. So in this case, we treat politician and criminal as one subject and therefore the verb has to be singular. Is it singular? It is. Has, right? We also say he has an apple. So this sentence is right. See, in some cases, we have no choice but to memorize these rules. There is no explanation as such for them. So you just have to learn them. You have to keep it in your mind as you solve, as you go through old question papers and so on. Okay. Now, fourth rule. Fourth rule says that if two different subjects are added by or conjoined by conjunctions such as together with, as well as, along with, accompanied by, including, no less than, then the verb used will be according to the first subject. Okay. For example, Ravi together with his friends have decided to start a business. How many nouns are there or how many subjects are there? There are two, Ravi and his friends. Ravi is singular, his friends are plural. Now they are joined by the conjunction together with. So as per this rule, the verb should agree with the first subject, which is Ravi, and therefore it should be singular. Is it singular? No, it is plural as have. So we have to convert it into the singular form by saying Ravi Ravi together with his friends has decided to start a business. Okay. Second, the pilot as well as all the passengers were unaware of the danger. Again, same thing. The pilot is the first subject and passengers is the second subject. So it's conjoined, they are conjoined by as well as. So the verb should agree with the first subject. So the verb has to be singular, right? So were is plural, it has to be was. The pilot as well as all the passengers was unaware of the danger. Next, India along with Russia and France seem to extend the lockdown period. Okay, so how many subjects are there? There are actually 3, right? So India, Russia and France. Now India is joined with Russia and France with the conjunction along with. So, and they are all different subjects, correct? Different countries, therefore different subjects. So as per this rule, the verb should agree with the first subject, which is India, and it is in the singular. So we have to say seems instead of seem, because seem is a plural form. This is a singular form. So India along with Russia and France seems to extend the lockdown period. Okay, now look at the next rule. If 2 different subjects are added by neither nor, not only but also, or either or, then the verb used will be according to the second subject. For example, neither the employees nor the manager use the register for attendance. So what are the subjects? Employees and manager. How have they been joined? By using the phrase neither nor. So as per this rule, we have to say, as per this rule, the verb that we use should be in agreement with the second subject, which is what? Manager, which is singular. But employees is the first subject, it is plural. We don't have to look into that. So the verb also has to be singular. Is the verb in the singular? No. Use is a plural form. What is the singular form? Uses. So neither the employees nor the manager uses the register for attendance. Okay. Now next one. Not only he but also his friends qualified for the SBI clerk exam. So what are the subjects here? He and friends. They are joined by the phrase not only but also. So the verb has to be in accordance with the second subject, which is his friends, and it should be in the plural form. Is it in the plural form? Is qualified in the plural form? It is. So this sentence is correct. All right. Next one. Either the businessman or his employees is responsible for the huge loss. So there are 2 subjects here, businessman and employees, joined by the phrase either or. So the verb should be in agreement according to the agreement with the second subject, which is employees and which is in the plural form. So the verb also has to be plural, right? Either the businessman or his employees is. They have used a singular verb and we have to make it plural. So either the businessman or his employees are responsible for the huge loss. Got it? So that brings us to the end of today's session. I know we learned quite a few rules. We will be continuing with the rules for verbs even in our next class. So I would urge you to revise what we did today as well as in the previous lecture on verbs, on what are the verbs, what are the types of verbs, main verb versus auxiliary verb, what are the forms of verbs such as V1 is the present plural form of verbs, V5 is the present singular form of verb, V2 is the past tense of the verb regardless of whether there is no singular or plural. V3 is the past participle or the participle. Again, no singular or plural. V4 is a continuous form such as eating. There's no singular or plural there. So we'll discuss more on the rules for verbs next class. Until then, wish you all the best and take care.